welcome back to Food and Whatever. I'm Christina Middleton here. Today we are going to be cooking spaghetti and cheese with hot dogs, especially for those who don't have anything else in your pantry. Box of spaghetti will cost you, one of these cheap kinds, will cost you less than $1. Cheese, cheap kind, less than $1. Going to be the most expensive part is going to be your onion, which I went ahead and cut off half of it, and the top, leaving the back to keep the onion whole. Because if you take this little end off, then your onions are going to go everywhere. Hot dogs. You can get any more cheaper than hot dogs here. And if you don't like hot dogs, you can substitute to whatever meat you like. I already went ahead and started cooking the pasta, so that way we don't have to wait on the pasta to be cooked. It's already cooked, so we're going to go ahead and turn it off. Drain it in a minute. We're not going to drain all the water. And I went ahead and put in 2 tablespoons of oil in a pan. Start heating it around medium-low. So we're going to go over here. We're going to take off the skin. You don't want this layer at all. This is not edible at all. And then, depending on how you like your onion to be sliced, I like mine pretty thick. I know a lot of people don't like onions. But once you cook it, that should become sweet because it's actually got a lot of sugar in it. So we're going to go ahead and slice it to slices. Don't worry about going further in to the end. I would like to use almost the whole thing since, you know, I really don't have much to buy. And so there's really nothing. You see there's almost nothing left. Once that is done, you're going to bring the pan over. We're going to insert your onions. You want to kind of wet your onions and saute them. For those who don't know, saute them is cooking in a high heat kind of fast. Depends also on your onions. I don't mind eating raw onions, so if you want to cook it a little bit longer to get it caramelized, keep it low, add a little bit more oil, and let it cook a little bit longer. We're going to leave that alone, so we're going to come back here. For your hot dogs, you want to go ahead and cut. We're going to use 2 hot dogs. There's only 2 of us eating this, right now. So you can actually add more hot dogs and extend how much meat you got in your pasta. I'm going to go ahead and cut it down pretty thick. Also depending on, I have about, I'm bad at measurement. But I got it pretty thick. It also depends on how you like yours. You can actually cut it in slips, rounds, whatever you want. But for me, I'm going to go ahead and cut it pretty thick. And then to that, I'm going to add it to the onions. I'm going to go ahead and continue cooking the onions and the hot dogs until the onions are pretty cooked. Hot dogs, it doesn't take that much to cook, so along with the onions, you don't really have to wait. The onions probably going to take a little bit longer to cook than the hot dog, so go ahead and just let them cook. And add a little bit of butter to it. And you really don't need that much seasoning in this because the onions give great flavor, but I will add just a little bit of salt and pepper to taste. Make sure that you get it all stirred up well, because you don't want parts of it to be salty and some of them to be bland. As you can see, my onions are already starting to get really nice and tender, loose, whatever you want to call it, transparent, and letting a lot of the juices come out, which means that it's nice and getting all the nice flavors out. Right now, we're going to go ahead and drain it. Don't have a drainer. So, just going to go ahead and hold on to the top and drain it right here. Remember, we don't want to get rid of all the water because it's going to help with the cheese. So to this, we are going to add 2 tablespoons of butter. And if you are watching your weight, you don't have to add the butter. You can add other margarine, olive oil, whatever it is to your taste or to your diet. And to that, we are going to be mixing it well. Make sure that you get all that butter mixed into your pasta. Keep stirring up your onions and your hot dogs to make sure that nothing is getting stuck to the bottom of the pan and burning. And also to the ones on top, you get to put it in the bottom. So that way the ones on top will get cooked also. Now the fun part, cheese. I don't know how much cheese people like. I'm pretty cheesy for a person, no pun intended. But I do like to add plenty of cheese to my food, as you can tell. And we are going to stir that in without spilling the cheese everywhere, folks. We're trying to save money here, so don't spill your cheese everywhere. And you're going to keep stirring it until all that cheese is nice melted and blended in. And again, if you want to add more cheese, you want to add less cheese, you want mozzarella, you want American, you want Gouda, whatever cheese it is you want, you can add it to it. And if you can see, the more you stir it, the more and it gets more blended in, and it becomes almost like mac and cheese. Macaroni and cheese for those who don't know what mac and cheese is. So right now, we're going to go ahead and turn off the eye for the onions and the hot dogs, and as you can see, it's all completely done. Nice and cooked. Your hot dogs are completely cooked, and your onions are nice, and they got a nice, almost golden color to them, so they're ready to go. You're going to add this to your pasta. All right. Now, once you add it to the pasta, you want to go ahead and stir it in with all together. You don't want, and I keep spilling food, I'm sorry you guys. You don't want it to be just a topping on top. You actually want this whole dish to be blended in with your onions and your hot dogs. All right. So, let me get my pad here. So once this is done, we are going to serve it up in a dish. And we are going to taste it. Excuse me, guys. And again, you can add whatever cheese you want. You can add as much onions you want. You don't have to use hot dogs. You can use whatever you want. But this meal will cost you less than $10 to make, especially since you already got some of the ingredients in your house. That is it. You got your pasta, you got your onions, your cheese, and your hot dogs. And time to taste. Man, I got buttery fingers today. This is completely hot. I don't want to burn my tongue. Voila. You got a whole meal for less than $10. When you get to feed your whole family or yourself if you're single, less than $10, especially for those who doesn't have much money at all. But I hope that you guys liked this episode. Don't forget to hit me up on Facebook or YouTube. Please, please, please subscribe to my channel. And please, 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 please send me your suggestions and your comments to my Facebook, Christina Zolfing, or to my YouTube page. Thank you guys. Have fun.